Hey everybody, Jason here. Welcome to my knot channel. In this video, we're going to look at how to tie and set up the flying A-frame tarp shelter. Let's get started. To begin, we're going to need to ensure our tarp will fit between our two trees. Now that we know the space is big enough, the first knot I'm going to tie will be used to create the ridge line or peak in this tarp shelter. In this case, I'm going to tie a common bowline to the center loop in the tarp. With my cordage now attached to the tarp, I'll tie the second knot to anchor the tarp off to the first tree. There are a lot of options for which knot we use here, but I'm going to use the mooring hitch this time. The mooring hitch is an easy adjustable loop knot that's suitable for this application. With the tarp secured at one side, I'll now go and duplicate the process at the other end of the tarp. And again, I'll use a bowline and a mooring hitch. Now that both ends are anchored off, I can take a moment and adjust the height of each end to make the ridge a bit more level and even on both sides. As I mentioned, there are a lot of different ways to set up a ridge line. If you want to see a few more, check out my video called The Essential Ridgeline Knots. I'll put a link at the end of this video and in the description. With the ridgeline tied to the trees, I'll now move to the four corners of the tarp shelter. Again, I'll use the bowline at each corner. I like to use the bowline here because it's a relatively stable knot and shouldn't come undone if the wind picks up and the tarp starts to flap around a little. But at the same time, it's easy to untie when the time comes to pack everything up. From here, I can run a guy line out at about a 45-degree angle from the tarp. And then using a tent stake, I can tie a taut line hitch so that I can adjust the tension in the guy lines. With the first corner secure, I'll do the same for the remaining three corners of the tarp. When I'm finished, I have what's called the flying A-frame tarp shelter. This is a higher profile shelter that'll provide protection from the sun, wind, and rain. It's suitable to use to cover up equipment and to stand or sit under because of its higher profile. You will be sheltered while sitting under it, but your view won't be the greatest. And there you have it, the flying A-frame tarp shelter. If you want to see how to set up a ridgeline, then check out this video next.